Welcome back to Crusader Kings 3. Today, we're going to be carrying on our war with the English here and just taking an overview of the British Islands. Look at all of the armies that are raised. There's quite a lot of war going on. Arguably, more war after the Danelaw left, before they left. Interesting how that happens, but it's funny. Right, let's go ahead and deal with these raiders, though, because they decided to try and take advantage of the war of the English. And it looks like the English are also moving in on Dublin. So once we deal with these raiders, we're going to have to march south to go ahead and deal with them. Oh dear, a lot of stuff already happening this episode. Court Jester, it looks like my Court Jester might have just been defeated in battle. We'll go ahead and take a look at that after the battle, though. And they just had a real bump in reinforcements as well. And, oh dear, all of this stuff is happening. Trappings of Majesty. I stand above my subjects as a sovereign ruler, unequalled in the realm. Dressing the part with resplendent garments and jewelry would serve as a subtle reminder to everyone that I am in charge. I think we're going to go ahead with local fashions here. Let's see, 46% chance of gaining traditional raiment for 5 years. Let's see what happens. And we do gain traditional raiment for 5 years. There we go. This character is wearing an impressive outfit, inspired by local customs. Gives us some diplomacy and some stewardship. We also get a new archbishop. So it appears that my archbishop has died. She is gone. Oh yeah, Ornette the warrior nun is down there too. Right, let's get back to this war. Or at least this battle. I think we've almost done with this. And we are missing a commander here. So let's go ahead. Oh, let's not pick us. My vassal and champion, how old are you? 17? Bit too young to be leading. Let's go ahead and pick this guy. There we go. So if we go ahead and look at the details of this battle here. Let's see. Well, 3 of our champions wounded. 2 of them killed. 1 of them being our court jester, I assume. And then Duke Les was also wounded as well. Those raiders were quite scary. Send a gift to the benevolent High King Fairchild of Ireland. Please accept this humble gift. It is not much, but I hope it is of use to our continued friendship. Oh, she's sent us 37 gold. Thank you. I accept your gift. That should help us. And we do have a dangerous faction as well. The peasant rabble is able to send an ultimatum in 12 months from the Ealdman of Desmond. So we're going to have to worry about that. First, though, we need to go ahead. I thought we had an empty council position. But our court jester is dead. That's a shame. Right, let's go ahead and save Dublin. I'm not a fan of the English sieging my capital. Luckily, Alba is here to help us as well. And a notable guest has arrived. Flatham here has a claim on the Duchy of Mercia. The Duchy of Mercia? He is an Irish insularist, and he is Irish. You have a claim on everything somehow. How would you have such a claim? Your grandparent was... Your great-grandfather was the King of Ireland? Wait, so who are you to me? You're, sir, I think you're my cousin or something, right? The English won a war there as well, so they're fighting multiple wars by the looks of it. I think we're going to have to go ahead and push that claim on Mercia, possibly. Teach the English a lesson for occupying Irish lands, through whether it was through law or not. A lesson must be taught. Something else is under siege there. We should be able to beat the English in this battle relatively easy. Numbers definitely on our side. We go ahead and look at the details. We do wound one of their champions as well. Do we have any other armies here? I don't think so. We should probably go over and siege Winchester. We could go ahead and sail over to Winchester and siege it. I think that would give us a huge advantage in the war. My only fear is by the time we get there, the English are probably going to be sailing back to Dublin again. We'll have to see how that plays out. Maybe we can get there in time. It depends how far they retreat. Yeah, they're already thinking of returning. We've already swayed the King of Alba to his maximum. Let's see, is there anyone else I could possibly sway here? I don't think so. We could go ahead and sway this guy. There we go. Make him like us a little bit more. He already likes us quite a bit, but maybe some more. I have arrived in Dublin to pay homage to you, glorious High King, as a show of my loyalty. So this is my daughter, my youngest daughter, in fact. I bring you rich gifts worthy of your majesty as a token of my goodwill and servitude. None of my other children have done this. Let's go ahead and show Duchess Bridget in at once. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Duchess Bridget, who is soon announced and ushered before me. She kneels in deference as attendants bring forth her gifts of coin and precious objects. The oath is taken, and scribes record her pledges to serve Kingdom of Ireland. As Duchess Bridget stands, she stumbles awkwardly. The court gasps in unison as she falls, ending sprawled at my feet, cheeks flushed with embarrassment. Your oaths are all that matter to me. So she did lose a bit of prestige for her stumble there. However, we gained some court grandeur, we gained prestige, we gained gold, and we also gained some renown. She's definitely the best child I've had yet. We already knew when we was raising her she would be a decent person. A bit clumsy maybe, but nevertheless a decent person. We can sponsor and inspire people. We don't want to do that. We don't have a lot of gold to spare. And what's this? A secret truth has reached the light of day. My son, Chieftain Felchad, has had an extramarital affair with his lover, Dubgilla. How could he defile the sanctity of his marriage? He's currently imprisoned as well. Imprisoned by High Chieftain Cafnir. Imprisoned by my other son because of his crimes. God will judge these sinners. Okay, I wonder how my son is going to deal with this. He is his vassal. Oh, he's a drunkard. Of course he is. Why does this always happen to me? Beyond all doubt, my son Chieftain Felchad has been named as the real father of the unborn child of Dubgilla, a commoner from Ulmaim. Has he no thought for the importance of his marriage to his wife, Chiefess Cuman? What will this bastard child mean for us? Oh dear, what are you doing? Is she also in prison? She is also in prison, and she's pregnant. That's brutal. I think my son imprisoned her as well. Well, at least my son is a man of true faith. Interesting turn of events there. Let's go ahead and siege Winchester, though. I don't think the English are going to... the English are sailing back to Ireland. The problem with Winchester is it's going to take 17 months to siege as well. Whereas if we go over to Ulster, it's only 5 months for that siege. So they're definitely going to siege faster than we are. Luckily, the Norse Asatru populists also disbanded, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. And let's see. The Earldom of Fraser has gained martial guidance for 5 years. So plus 50 popular opinion, thanks to my marshal for that one. That's all looking good. We can also imprison some criminals. Let's go ahead and wait until we're done with the war. Unfortunately, I am going to have to sail back here and deal with the English again. I don't think we can really afford to sail to Winchester here. Because as we predicted, they are just going to sail back to Ireland. It's much quicker for them to sail to us than it is for us to sail to their capital. So we're going to have to go back here and deal with that. We can hold court. I'm going to hold off on that one. Let's wait for the war to be over first. The siege of Kilmartin has been lost. We're also being sieged up here. Independence War. You're not in the war with the English, right? So I don't have to worry about them. Well, they're not in the war with the English. Okay. We can kind of ignore that for now then. Let's see. Hopefully we do okay in this battle. And the King of England is actually leading his men there. And we do manage to capture a valuable hostage, which gives us enough war score to end the war. So if we go ahead and enforce our demands here. You seize all territory within King Edward's realm that is part of the Duchy of Ulster. Duchess Gronia, though, will retain the Duchy of Ulster after the war, but she's a vassal of the English, so we're going to have to see what happens here. Let's go ahead and enforce demands to the sensible High King Felchad of Ireland. May you live in harmony and contentment. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands, so be it. Enemy combatants were also captured. If we zoom out here, it looks like Chiefess Ekrad has now become a vassal of Ireland. And then this Irish insularist Anglo-Saxon has this land as well. So my friend here has actually become my vassal. She gets to keep the lands that are rightfully hers, but we have managed to reclaim our vassal there. So actually, that's the outcome we wanted, and probably the best outcome we could have got. We did manage to kill one of the enemy vassals as well as capture 2 prisoners. So let's go ahead and see what's happening here. Let's go to our prisoners. We can release this child now. Let's see. His mother is actually a vassal of ours. So I'm just going to negotiate release here. And there we go. There's no reason to keep him in our prison. Now, who are you? All of these guys are in my dungeon. You're an Irish insularist Anglo-Saxon. You don't have any lands. You are the son of my friend, though. So I think we're going to release you there. Negotiate release as a sign of good faith. There we go. That should be fine there. Now, who are you? I don't think you're anyone of real importance here. You do have children. Your husband here, he's not a vassal or anything. I think I'm going to release her. She hasn't sinned. Oh, you're an adulterer. Okay, no, we're keeping you. You're Asatru Norse, you're Asatru Welsh Norse. They're just prisoners of war, so we're keeping them in a dungeon. That looks all to be good. Let's go ahead and disband all of our armies now. We don't need them anymore. Although we could go ahead and help out in the independence war here. Because what is this independence war? Who's trying for independence? These guys want independence from Sweden. Sweden has been a valuable ally to us. But if we're the King of Ireland, now that the Norse threat is over, is this Swedish alliance as important to us? And do we want Sweden to be a big power over in the British Islands? I don't think so. So I think we're going to tactically keep our men out of this war. And instead, let's go ahead and hold court. I always forget where this option is. There we go. Let's go to our court. And we are going to hold court here. And hear the petitioners. Sitting on my throne, a gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of the throne, whilst others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all the movement in the chamber has ceased. All the faces turned towards mine expectantly. In front of me, I count three petitioners lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. So let's go ahead and gesture for the first in line to approach. An ancient figure approaches my throne with a click and a tap of his cane accompanying each step. My lord, I am a genealogist, and you are aware you are of noble origin. However, noble is not quite the same as divine or mythical. I desire to write a scroll which shall trace your complete lineage back to the dawn of history. For a mere few gold, I can reveal the truth to you and the world. You are a true descendant of the legendary founders of this land. This could be really important. Because although our family was the first king of Ireland, if we can trace back our heritage even further to prove that we are the rightful rulers of Ireland, that could go a really long way. Excellent. Ensure the list is excessively long. We will invest the 25 gold here to chase this back and hopefully solidify our title as King of Ireland even further. My wife, High Queen Grania, takes a turn bending my ear before the assembled court. Glorious husband, give me the honour of pouring your refreshments and ensuring the soundness. I will not let you down. I suppose these jobs have to be done by somebody. So my wife here would like to be my cupbearer. She does like me, right? She does like me, so I don't think there's a risk there. If she wants to be a cupbearer. What's a royal architect? The royal architect oversees any prestigious building projects within the realm. Not a brick is laid, nor a second spent without their express permission. A cupbearer. A cupbearer is responsible for pouring drinks at the royal table and to make sure that no one's cup ever runs dry. But my wife should be enjoying feasts. I think if she wants a job to keep herself busy, obviously she's feeling a little bit bored, I think we're going to allow her to become the royal architect. Being a cupbearer as a queen, just doesn't, I don't know, she's worth more than that, so let's go ahead and make her our royal architect. There we go. My vassal, Countess Helga, approaches the throne with a middle-aged man in tow. So Countess Helga of Ulster, she's our recently acquired vassal as well. My liege and high king, she spouts. My acquaintance Fergus seeks the honour of serving in your retinue of champions. Give him the opportunity to prove his quality. This man knows his way around a sword and will not let you down when it counts. He has 13 prowess. He's a skilled tactician. He's a forest fighter. He has 20 martial. He's an Irish insularist, and he's Irish. I see no reason why we should not let him become a champion here. Yeah, he will become a knight again. Very well. You may attend me, Fergus. Welcome back to the army, the royal army. As the last petitioner departs, various courtiers follow them out of the room, having business to attend elsewhere. Others remain, talking amongst themselves about the recent proceedings. Soon the ceremonial formality of the proceedings has dropped away entirely, with the hum and bustle of normal courtly life taking its place. My business here is done. Indeed it is. Right. So Champion Fergus has become a knight again. So that's looking good. I'm sure he's proud to put back his armour there. And I think in general, things are going smoothly for us. How long do we have until city planning is researched? About 3 years. So let's go ahead and unpause and see what kind of stuff can happen here. In ancient times, after a few days, the genealogist Congalak returns. He unfurls the scroll long enough to encircle one of my provinces. My archbishop trips over it slightly as the unfurled end rolls to my throne's foot. I have the truth of your origin, my lord. He clears his throat and begins to read. Today we unveil a great history. Standing before us is High King Feilchad, son of High King Cafnea Mac Concobar of Leinster, sired by the fearful High King Concobar Mac Chungelt of Ireland, fruit of the loins of High King Chungelt Mag Alilbroga of Ireland, son of the remarkable High King Alilbroga Mac Conaf of Desmond, and child of the Conaf Mag. These names are very hard. A few eyelids around the court begin to droop. Let's see. This feels more than any ballad. I'm on the edge of my throne. Enough, the Kingdom of Ireland owes you for your services. People are getting a little bit bored. But it does prove our lineage. So I'm going to go ahead and let him read the entire script. Luckily, that didn't give us a pop-up and make us read the entire script. I would have struggled. Drawn to the flame. There is something peculiar about my vassal, High Chiefess Gromleif. Is it the way she smiles, the unmistakable peal of her laughter, or perhaps how she makes every conversation seem so easy and pleasant? I cannot quite put my finger on it, but at least one thing I know for sure, when I am in her presence, I find it hard to focus on anything else. I refuse to be distracted by any woman. Yeah, we are very faithful. Yes, I refuse to be distracted by any woman. There we go. And we do have a pop-up in our court as well. Let's see. Our warrior nun has arrived here. Why would you honour that hag? Did she just call my wife and the queen a hag? Oh, she may have just crossed a line there. I'm not going to give her a position. How dare she? You grow closer to form. Yes, I will grow closer to forming a rivalry. In fact, let's go ahead and... We are generous, temperate, and just. Feilchad has a strong sense of justice. Best to enjoy things in moderation. Hmm. If I was a bit more spontaneous and I didn't have such a strong sense of justice, right now I would remove you from my council as well. However, I don't think her crime was so severe. It deserves being removed from my council, although she has insulted the Queen of Ireland there. So does she deserve to be my marshal anymore? You can't simply... It's I don't think she deserves that position anymore. How can you insult the people you're supposed to serve? I think Fergus here. Fergus is just gregarious, impatient. I think I might hand over Fergus, our newly acquired knight, might here become our champion. Our marshal, sorry. We could also make my son my marshal. He is a drunk, though. I think I'm going to give it to Fergus. Respect is important. You can't disrespect the Queen of Ireland in such a way and expect there to be no repercussions. I am just, however, we do have we need to hold up our standards. Right, we can imprison High Chiefess Cafnir. Chieftain, sorry. My other son. Great. What has he done? He is a known criminal, tortured family member. Wait, but it's not illegal, right? Did you seriously torture your own brother? Where's siblings on here? Oh, down here. He tortured his own brother. He is a criminal, though. My sons. What has come of you? One is an adulterer in prison. The other's a drunkard who tortured my other son. He is a criminal, but it's not a sin. I think we're going to let that one go for now. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on him and see how that situation evolves. Because if he does become sinful, then we will have to change that. To the beggarling High King Feljad, we have been burdened with your oppressive laws for far too long. No more, we are done paying you taxes. Once your coffers dry up and your larders are empty, you will wish you had treated us more fairly. The peasant revolt. Oh dear. No, never. A peasant's lot is to serve their lord. So here we go. We do have a peasant uprising now. This is actually our first faction uprising in the entire series, and it's down here. Leinster is our responsibility, so I do take responsibility for that. We can call on our house member Duchess Grunier help us in the peasant uprising. She will, of course. However, I don't think we need the help here. Let's go ahead and raise our armies. We have 3 armies. It's going to be able to deal with the peasants easily. Let them see the whole, the might of Ireland here. Of course, I should join you in this war. Our foes shall learn to fear the men of Kent. I don't think I actually needed to invite her. But we've done it anyway to prove a point. Let's go ahead and unpause. There we go. You guys go ahead and deal with them. That should be fine. In fact, what I'm going to do, you guys go ahead and deal with them. In fact, they're setting sail. So if you just go ahead and deal with these guys, that would be perfect. Let's close this. Yeah, these guys have set sail now. We're going to engage in battle with the peasants here, shutting them down straight away. Let's go ahead and check the events. Yeah, nothing really happening there. We do have these peasants. They're sailing up the coast. Yeah, they're going to arrive in Oriel. We're going to deal with them. Let's keep chasing them. Duke Caddo the second, or the third, sorry, has been swayed. So we're going to have to find a new sway partner as well. Or a sway target, sorry. I don't think we're not very hated. Countess Helga, there we go. Our new vassal. Let's go ahead and start a sway scheme against her. That should help things there. Stop any future rebellions. And there we go. We have defeated the peasant rabble. So let's go ahead and enforce our demands there. That's all good. And the faction has been disbanded as well. So that's also nice. Let's disband these armies. Things are looking good here. Right. Let's go ahead and unpause again. a slight hiccup there, but luckily it wasn't too severe. I think it was just Desmond really wanting to revolt there. Do we have any more factions? The Asatruth Norse factions have also disappeared, so this is actually Irish Insularist up here now. So that solved that. Unfortunately, popular resistance to conversions. Eldom of Fraser. Where's this? Ah, this is up on the island. Has gained upset over conversion for 5 years. Popular opinion -30. So you might have to keep an eye on that island there for any future rebellions as well. Could become problematic in the future. Now, I do wonder, how do we progress here? We have a peace treaty with England, at least until 947, the end of 947 here. So that's 3 years away. We have a mighty military here. Do we begin trying to bring more people into the Kingdom of Ireland? I do wonder. We're currently 65. Our health is fine. We are looking healthy. Reclaim Britannia. You completely control the region of Britannia. That's going to be a while. We could reclaim Britannia. These lands were once ruled by Celts, and the significance and influence of the culture is once again spreading throughout the land. As more men and women embrace the Celtic tongue and culture, it is only right to make it official. We could go for this. Maybe our vision of Ireland now has grown. Instead of a united Ireland, we need a united Britannia. Because otherwise, superpowers like Sweden could come. And we are vulnerable to attack. They could come and take this land for their own, which would not be good for our people. And then, of course, down to the south, you have the superpowers that are West and East Francia. They could invade any time as well, whenever they see to take advantage of an opportunity. So maybe now our family goal is to unite Britannia. I think that could be possible. Let's see. Would you guys want to become my vassal? Not really. Because of faith, and I'm not his rightful liege. What about if we go ahead, if I click here, the Empire of Britannia. We can't create this. Oh, because we're not even close on counties. We need 75 counties. We only have 37. So I don't think we can achieve it in this lifetime anyway. But I do think that's something to think about in future. Our gold is looking quite nice as well. We're behind on technologies. Could we convert to feudalism? Adopt feudal ways. No, we need technology. So that's where we're falling short there as well. Right. We can ask our faith for head of gold. So let's go ahead and do that. Inspired person can be sponsored. I'm not going to bother with this. One thing that is a threat. Our player here is Orthodox. Her husband is also Orthodox. We can't interact with her either. I was thinking maybe we demand conversion because she is my daughter, and having an Orthodox queen would offer some stability issues upon succession. However, she's too far away to interact with. The Pope, though, does give us some more gold, so that's nice as well. However, I think that might be a good time to stop today. We defeated the English. Ireland is once again ours. Sweden is fighting an independence war in the north. So it looks like Moray is probably going to become independent because Sweden is losing that war because we refuse to help them. That's a tactical move on our part. So if the Swedish could leave Britannia, that would also be great. But we'll have to see how things evolve over the next few episodes. What do you think our next go? We could also in the next episode push. If we go up here to our courtiers. Let's see. My courtiers here. There was a guy who had a claim on Mercia. This guy here. And of course Mercia is a sizable part of England. If we go ahead to the duchy view, if I find it, there we go. Mercia is quite a big duchy. And in fact, that would be basically all of North England right now. So maybe we can push for the Mercian lands next episode. The England really did take advantage of us the laws of succession. So maybe we stamp them out before they're able to take advantage again and split our lands. Who knows? Let me type your thoughts in the comment below what you think our next step should be. But that's it from me today. I will be back on Saturday with the next episode. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.